So like, not only do you have to travel to another country to get a woman, to get some action finally after being, you know, pay free for a couple of years in your own country, but also you have to get her drunk.
I beg your pardon?
This lonely woman traveled to Thailand for a vacation and immediately noticed how many white men from America and Europe were walking around with beautiful Thai women. She felt shocked, betrayed, and perhaps jealous, so she decided to make a 9-minute video titled Thailand, where white losers that can't get laid go. She repeatedly called these men losers who couldn't get any women in their own countries, plus a whole lot of projections, contradictions, and outright self-owns. Oh, in the end, she got brutally destroyed by her own fan base in the comments. Stay with me.
And I have witnessed something really, you know, sad in Thailand when I was traveling around there.
First, she tried to make sense of what she saw and concluded that these were sex-deprived men, mostly virgins who had come to Thailand to pay for some actions.
You know, blew my mind is the amount of pathetic losers, probably a lot of those that watch my channel as well, that cannot get a girl in their country. They are pee deprived. They are virgins most likely. They come to these countries, they literally like travel all across the world because it's mostly Europeans and Americans that do this. So they literally have to travel around the world, pay crazy amount of money, and then pay some more here to get some of these girls, so they don't feel like a loser anymore, you know? They get one of these super, I don't know the name to call them, but let's just call them soft, okay? It's not a bad thing, right? So I'm not like judgy, right? Like, I do not support this kind of tourism, but by the way guys, subscribe to my OF, the link is in the description.
Nasty bitch.
She doesn't support X-tourism, but she wants guys to support her X-work on OF? Shocking. It's kind of funny that she said these men were paying lots of money to get girls in Thailand, because it contradicts what Western women claim, that these men are mostly broke and can't even afford American women, let alone foreign women.
The problem is not that you don't want to spend money on women, it's that you don't have enough money, which is what we have been saying all along. A hit dog will holler.
When men are happy, women get jealous. Well, she doubled down on her accusation that the only reason these women were with these passport bros was because they were being paid heavily to cosplay as girlfriends.
They get this kind of women who are very obviously getting paid to treat the men as if they're some sort of alphas, which they're obviously not, but you know, like, imagine like you're so desperate that you have to pay so much money to get a girl to treat you like an alpha. Like, you know, like, it's just ridiculous to me. Like,
imagine making a video complaining about guys out enjoying their lives. Next, she made an insane allegation that these men were even drugging Thai women to sleep with them, because objectively speaking, these women are far too good and wouldn't be with the men otherwise.
I saw one guy, he looked like, you know, like a guy that watches my channel, like absolute loser, miserable, desperate for girls, you know. And I saw him in this shop with this Thai woman who was, by the way, quite beautiful, and he was even like trying to get her drunk. Like, he was getting so much booze from there and everything. So like, not only do you have to travel to another country to get a woman, to get some action finally after being, you know, pay free for a couple of years in your own country, but also you have to get her drunk, because, you know, I think if she sees your small pee-pee down there, like, she's just gonna, if she wasn't drunk, she would just like laugh at you and run away too, you know.
You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious?
It's funny that she's shitting on white passport bros, calling them losers, and referring to her fans as virgins. Meanwhile, her entire channel profits from men by selling sensual content. It seems like she wants these men to stay back and buy her content instead of traveling to find pretty feminine women.
I'm literally so fucking tired of all of you slaves who call themselves my slaves, but they're not. They just want to be seen as slaves, but they're not. They're just literal losers that do not deserve to be my slaves.
A, she was a hooah. B, she was a hooah.
310 roasty mad as hell. Find a man while you can because you are aging like milk. She said it all boils down to desperation, that these men are so sex-starved, their only option is to travel for sex, and she feels sorry for them.
You really are so desperate still to go to another country, travel like, you know, across the globe, because you cannot score one in your own, you know. It's kind of sad. I found out that a lot of these guys, they really are, like, they admit that they are very lonely in their country. They cannot get any girl, they cannot get any action, they cannot, you know, they just don't feel like men there.
She sounds like she got rejected by one of those losers. She did admit, though, that she understands Western women are now masculine and no longer traditional, but she still insists that it doesn't justify white passport bros going to Thailand for women.
I have been talking about it in a lot of my videos that the femininity and masculinity roles are kind of like flipped around in the Western countries, but still, you know, like, it's really sad that, you know, some losers, a lot of them that can afford it, of course, travel to these countries just to prove to themselves that they're not that much of a losers. You look at them and you can see that they're losers. Like, I have actually trained myself really well. When I look at a guy, I can tell. Like, I can tell his size and I can tell how confident he is. I can tell how much of an alpha, beta, whatever he is, how much of a, you know, a loser blood he has. So a lot of them have this blood here.
Her solution? Well, she suggests these men should return to America and Europe to worship the women they left behind.
You know, I think that you all should just go back to your countries and worship the women there instead of trying to prove to yourselves that you are someone who you're not here, right? So, you know, just accept that you're a loser. It's so much easier and cheaper for you to do, like, you know?
What a joke. So she expects these men to leave the blissful joys of Thailand to go back to this?
And they don't want to chase, but you have to chase.
Don't mind chase you?
I don't really answer DMs. I don't give them the chance.
She got absolutely decimated in the comments. Men travel halfway around the world to get away from this woman, and she still chases after them. You notice that she is traveling alone. Women like her wonder why men don't want to pay full price for a wrecked car with 200,000 plus miles on the clock. They're not all losers. I'm 6 feet 3 inches, hold an athlete world record, multi-millionaire, and above average looks, and I'm going foreign because the attitude here is insufferable.
My 85 years old father-in-law dancing in Thailand.